Hi guys, here's a question, and it is based off of a new reality show that I came across. I think it's on Peacock. The question is, are you the type of person who trusts people first until you have a reason not to? Or do you distrust people first until you're given a reason to trust them? The reason why that's such an important question is because whatever way that you come from, it's going to determine the relationship that you have with them, right? So if you're the type of person who trusts people initially until you're given reason not to, yeah, if that person gives you a reason not to, that's going to hurt like a bitch, right? It's going to sting if they do something that makes it so, oh, I shouldn't have trusted that person. But in that case, you have a time to reflect and say, you know what, that's just that person being who they are, and that has nothing to do with me personally, right? They chose to be that person because they have things to work on. It's not a reflection of how I was, right? So you're living in your authenticity and in the core of who you are as a person by trusting first and waiting for that time. Or hopefully you're not waiting for that time, but you know, you're living within your core of who you are, and then people are just being who they are, and then you can decide what you want to do at that point. But if you're that person who actually is like distrustful until you're given a reason to trust someone, think of all that time that you've lost trying to build that relationship or that connection with someone, right? Think of all of that, all the moments and memories that you personally could have lived lighter and enjoyed yourself in living life within a place of trust and love and lightness. Because what if the people around you don't ever give you a reason, right? What if there's not a situation that comes up where it shows, oh, I can trust this person? I mean, at what point is it that you can learn to trust somebody? I mean, I myself have learned it's like you can trust someone for years and all of a sudden they turn on you. And then now you're like, oh, wow, I shouldn't have trusted that person. But that's okay. Because all that time living up into that point, you were able to live in your authenticity. But if you're being faced with someone, you're like, I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to trust them. The way you treat that individual that you're not trusting until they give you reason to trust them, you're not even allowing anything to grow. You're completely shut off. You're a complete wall. You're not like going to trust anybody. How does that work in your favor? How is that making your days any better? How is isolating yourself from trusting another person being beneficial for anybody? I don't know. I mean, as I was saying before, every day can go on and on and on, and you're learning to trust and trust and trust and trust this person because they're not doing anything to throw you under the bus. But what if somehow that person is faced with a situation where it's either you or them, and then they choose them? And there you go, rolling under the bus. The point I'm trying to make is that there is no guarantees in whichever way that you want to go, but boy, oh boy, you better just enjoy the time in the process. It's all the time you got. You're not getting, I say this all the time, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed the next moment. So you better live in those moments in the way that makes it best for you, as far as being happy and joyful and grateful and just thoughtful and considerate and just being the best person you can be and being that representation of yourself that you want to leave behind for when it is your turn, or your time. Your turn. We all get a turn, right? With that said, you guys, please consider your daily choices. Seriously. And if you make a choice that you decide in the next moment after making that choice, oh, that wasn't the best choice, go back and apologize. It's never too late to say you're sorry. And I'm not saying just because you say you're sorry, that person's going to welcome that in and be like, oh, I'm so grateful that you said sorry. Because most of the time when you say an apology to someone else, you're doing it for yourself, right? You're doing it with hopes that that person is going to find some kind of resolution and feel better about what had happened. You're hoping for that, but you can't control another person. All you can do is do what you feel is best, what you feel is right, And you go from there. Because literally I say this all the time. Every moment is a new opportunity to make life exactly how you want it to be. Regardless if the moment beforehand didn't go quite as what you wanted. And that's okay. That's what we're here for. With that said, make it a great day. Take care.